underestimate and undervalue as a community for whatever it's worth. Something that affects us all, whether we like it or not. We are part of that brand, and it has an impact on our lives, our careers, and like I said in the video, our access to capital, and things as tangible as that. So it is pretty substantial. The idea, that Latinos now represent $3.6 trillion of GDP in this country. I don't know if you guys have seen that factoid, or that data point. If Latinos were a standalone country, and I mean Latinos in the United States were a standalone country, we would be the 5th largest economy in the world. Right? Think about that, right? And exactly, it's not news. We've never been a monolith, right? We're all different. The news will be when we start acting like a community, when we start acting in unison, right? The power that we have as a community, we have no idea. So that's what it means to me. Awesome. My son, who played basketball also, my son doesn't totally believe that I actually played for Popovich. So anyways, I introduced him to Coach Pop, and Coach says, so did your dad tell you what a great defensive player he was? And my son goes, yeah, not really. He goes, good, because he sucked at defense.
I'm glad you said that, because when I told Elsie, he goes, tell him that he sucked as a defense. I'm not telling him that.
Be successful. I wrote a blog one time, I got a little heat for it. I said that your ideas without money are just noise, right? I mean, that's the one thing I didn't mention about the Jewish community, right? They're together, but they also got bank, man. They got money, and that gives them power, and that gives them influence, right? We all have an idea of what this world should look like and how it should work and what's fair and what's not fair. But the people who have the people who have capital or access to capital, those are the ideas that get implemented. Trust me, right? So number one by far, be successful, build wealth, generate capital, be a player in that space. And then the other thing, find people in this network to collaborate with and lift one person up a year. Just lift one person up a year. Give them a break. Give them that break they've been looking for. Give them that introduction to the person that is going to hire them or going to give them that first big opportunity. Collaborate, or I should say be successful, collaborate a little bit more, and lift one person up a year. You multiply that times 58,000, which is what we have in this organization now. Think about the impact that we can have.
Hey, how did you get to Stanford? I did my undergrad and grad school at Stanford.
I love how he just drops that in, by the way. It's like Stanford, right?
And I tell him, well, the reason why, man, we didn't have air conditioning. Have you guys lived in Brownsville? It's freaking hot. So I would go to the library. I guess it has free AC. And then if you stay there long enough, they give you free lunch, right? You stay there longer, then there's probably free dinner. So I became a nerd really quickly because of the AC stuff, right? So I was very, very fortunate enough to have a very strong Latina presence, right? That said, no te rajes. That's the main thing, right? She told me of a lot of other stuff I can't say. But in other words, just because where you come from, it doesn't define where you're gonna go, right? And I was mentioning this over lunch, right? And I've been very fortunate to have really, really good relationships that I acquired through school that have propelled me in my career. And I think the reason why is that I never allowed my poverty to define me, right? Due to the fact because I was brought up with a good value system. No le pedía nada a nadie, right? And very simple. Hey, you want to go out? Well, I got $2, bro. That's it. 50-cent beers, I'm in. No, yo te la pago. I'll pay for you now, man. Because the moment you pay for me, you owe me. That was the way that my tia brought me up, right? And so I was very, very fortunate enough. I call it a Latina story, a success story, because that's what it was. Do you want me to just continue?